You know, there's not a lot of videos or even pictures of transitions being installed from hardwood to carpet or laminate to carpet. So I figured since I have a how-to YouTube channel, it's my duty to bring these videos to you. So let's get into this one. What's up, DIY Nation? Welcome back to another episode of YOUFLOOR, Flooring Tips and Tricks. I'm your host, Zanone Hunt. So today we're going to be going over how to install transitions from laminate to carpet. A lot of times when we're searching for these how-to whatever, I'm not exactly sure what to put in there to make sure that you jump on it. I just know that when I first started doing flooring, I was looking for how do they put the transitions from tile down to laminate, or from hardwood to laminate, or from hardwood to tile. So I figured as we go through this process in YouTube, and as I go through my journey as a floor installer, when I cross these situations that may seem challenging to others, and I've already done it a few times, I figure I'll bring my expertise to the table and help in any way that I can possibly. So if that's something you're going to have to do in the future, or if you're just curious of how that goes, stick with us. I'm going to show you how to do it. Let's jump right in. All right, so these transitions right here are the 4-in-1s from Pergo. And they're made to be clipped together so that you can use them with different applications. You can go laminate to laminate, you can go laminate to carpet, or you can go laminate to like vinyl. And sometimes you're even able, if it's not too high, you're able to go from tile down to laminate using these. But today we're going to be going around a fireplace, and we're also, which we did a video on, and I'll leave that in the description below if you want to check that video out, how we did a picture frame around a fireplace with concrete. And I had glued those in. But these, we're actually going to screw the track down, and we're going to tuck the carpet in the way you're supposed to do it, so you know how the manufacturer recommends that you do it, and that's what we're going to do today. But to get started, while I got the guys in there working on the other floor, I'm going to go ahead and prep these and glue them together. And so that way, because we have to come back tomorrow, and that way when I come back, if no matter what I need to do, they'll be good. Like this right here, once I put it together, it'll be a good solid one piece, and it's easier to clip it in with one piece into the metal track, you know, when you're trying to clip down into that metal track, than it is to try to clip two pieces in that are not together. So I'm going to glue these together right now, and then whenever we go to install the transitions, we'll let you see what happens. All right. Now, when I'm on a one-day job and I got to get these done, generally I'll just drop a couple of drops of CA glue here and then spray the other piece with the accelerated. But if I have time and I can get these things prepped, I'll go ahead and glue them with wood glue. The wood glue is a lot cheaper than the CA glue. Alright, so I glued two of them up and I put them over there, and I used this one, which is I don't know if that's zooming in or not, but you can see it's square right here, and so it makes like a 90 degree, and that's for carpet when you have to tuck carpet in. So now I'm going to do one that goes down to vinyl, so it comes out of a slope. You see how that's kind of angled down at that, like that? So that's what we're going with next. So I'm going to glue this up, same way I did the other one. Stick that in there, tape them up, let them sit over there, and then when I get ready to use them, they'll be like one piece, and I won't have all that jumble around with two pieces trying to get them inside that track and have them moving around. It's just better to do it this way. So it dawned on me, I don't think I ever tell you guys the tools you're going to need when it comes to doing these projects. So I figured this time I'd lay everything out and show you. First, you're going to need a drill for screwing down the metal strips. Next, you're going to need a carpet tuck tool. This is for tucking the carpet in between the tack strip and the transition. Then some tin snips for cutting the metal strip. Also, you'll need a tape measure and plenty of razor blades. This next item comes in handy, but it's not necessary, and that's a carpet stapler. And last but not least, a carpet kicker for kicking your carpet up on top of the tack strip. The transitions we glued up yesterday are ready. They are solid and they are one piece. I went ahead and measured the transition for the doorway we're going to be installing in, and I figured I'd go ahead and cut the transition to have it ready. Just so you can see, this is the profile I'll be using. It's square nose. Simply beautiful. Look at that. Okay, to start with, we want to push the carpet back as much as possible. Remember, the transition goes directly underneath the door. We don't want to see carpet from one side, and we don't want to see laminate from the other side. So, basically, a transition is just an extension of the door. I like to lay it down where it's going to be, and then cut back about 1 inch for tack strip. Next, I measure for the tack strip, and then cut it with my tin snips. Now the carpet is going to lip over the tack strip. If you take a look at this, you'll see that one side is square and one side is at an angle. The angle side is going to be away from the carpet. Also, there's nails back here on the back, and they're slightly angled. So when you lay the tack strip down, the carpet gets kicked over top of those nails that are on an angle, and that's what grabs and holds the carpet. Once the tack strip is cut, I can go ahead and measure and cut the U-channel for the transition. Remember, the transition goes underneath the door, so I like to put it in its place where it's going to be to find exactly where the metal strip needs to go. Then I also like to dry fit the transition to make sure that it's not too big. After that, I start putting the screws in. Most transitions come with these screws, but if not, it's just some small screws. You don't want to use too big or else your transition won't fit down inside the groove. Now, if you did everything right, these things should click in pretty easily. You just line it up with the U-channel and take a rubber mallet, or in my case, just a small trim hammer, and pound it down into the grooves. Once it catches, it'll keep straight and go in a whole lot easier the rest of the way. And once that thing is in, it's in for life. Now, I'll go ahead and tell you, I'm no carpet guy, but I've had to install quite a few transitions. And the way I do this is I take the blade and I drop it right down beside my transition, and I use it as a straight edge and guide it right along the transition to make sure I cut that carpet straight in a straight line. By doing it this way, when I go to kick the carpet up over top of the tack strip, it ends up lipping up over the transition about 1/4 of an inch to 3/8 of an inch, which is perfect when I go to tuck the carpet down between the transition and the tack strip. Like I said, the tack strip has grabbed the carpet and it is hung onto it, leaving about 1/4 of an inch of the carpet to hang over. That leaves the perfect amount for tucking. Basically, it's the same thing all the way across. You just work yourself from one side to the other, kicking up and tucking your carpet. Kicking up, tucking your carpet. When you're pulling on this carpet, sometimes you can pull it loose from where it already was. So don't forget to tuck it back under the door jambs and back under the baseboard for a nice clean finish. Real quick, I did want to mention, when you tuck this carpet in, sometimes the little hairs in the carpet will be folded down and it doesn't look so good. So if you can stick your knife in backwards, not so that on the cut side, but backwards, you can pull those up and let those little frillies flip over top of the transition, and it makes it look really nice. Now that by itself should hold pretty well. As I said, using a carpet stapler is optional, and it's just an extra precautionary measure that I like to take so that I'm sure the carpet does not get pulled out by some pet that may get trapped behind this door. Alright guys, there you go. I hope you learned something on that, or I hope it brought you some value. Also, if you have any ideas for future videos or any questions about anything, leave those in the comments. And hey, I'm having a good time doing this YOUFLOOR YouTube journey thing. So if you'd like to see videos like this in the future, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I put out new videos. And also, if you wouldn't mind, for the YouTube algorithm, smash that like button. That helps with the channel growing and also pushes our videos out to newer people. Thank you so much for the support you guys have given me so far. I'm loving it. And until next time, take care, stay safe, peace.